Hello, how goes it? Can y'all hear me? I have a mic now, so I hope the quality is doing it for you. Um, but yeah, what's up? You can hear me, right? Is it? Am I too close to the mic? I don't know. I don't really know what I sound like right now. So, hello, welcome. We're here. It's a beautiful day today in New York City. I was just I was just on a walk, and I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to be alive. That seasonal depression really got me down bad this year, and it's been rough. But I wanted to talk about music today because it's just been on my mind. It's always on my mind. But yes, we're almost at 40K. Last time I checked, it was like 38 point something. So yeah, it's going good. I'm gonna close my blinds really quick because I feel like the light is distracting. So just give me 1 second. Oh, do you like my outfit today? Okay. Okay. Is that better? Is it worse? Now it's just really dark. Okay. You're in algebra right now? Doing a science test? Wow, you guys are really committed to my channel, huh? Sacrificing your education for me. But yeah, yes, I do listen to Steve Lacy. He's a very inspirational guy. Actually, I think I'm going to bring him up later in this discussion about music because I think he's someone who I am very inspired by, like not even just like as a musician, but just like as a creative person in general. But yeah, I've just been like, I don't know. I feel like this year, especially, I'm like really I'm feeling the music. I don't know how to put it, but it's something I think about all the time. Music is a huge part of my life, and it's always going to be. I literally came out the womb like singing, and I wanted to talk more in depth about it with y'all because there are many parts of my personality. I have many interests, and I am working on a music channel. I've been saying that for like weeks now, but it's actually in the works. Like I'm in the middle of recording a cover. It's coming along quite nicely. And I also want to maybe do more like music related content on that channel, like talking about like albums and other stuff. Have you been in a choir? Yes, I've been doing, well, I'm not in choir anymore, but I did choir all throughout elementary, middle, and high school. And that has definitely been a big contributor to my love of music and my music education. How do you feel about Tyler, the Creator? He is one of my favorite artists of all time. I would love to meet that man. I actually saw him at Madison Square Garden. It was kind of whack though, because I got like really shitty seats, but he's a great performer. He's very energetic. He inspired me to be myself as a young Black kid who was not like, a stereotype. And I think he's done a lot for hip hop and Black people like myself. I think he has a line that's like, oh fuck, what is it? He's like, dye your hair blue, shit, I'll do it too. And he's like talking about how like Black kids, we're allowed to be different. We're allowed to be a little weird and not worry about like fitting in as like what a Black person should be. Do you write your own music? I used to. I want to get back into it. I used to write my own songs when I was like 13 years old, and I played guitar, and I was really into it. I actually wrote some pretty decent songs back in the day. And I'll get more into that later because I want to kind of give like a chronological order of my musical journey throughout my life. I'm just kind of waiting for more people to show up and then we'll really dive deep. Yes, I listened to Janelle Monáe, Thundercat, yes. Clairo, yes. I've never listened to Girl in Red. Yes, I listened to SZA. Dude, I listen to like almost everything. Like, yes, Frank Ocean. Like, I don't discriminate when it comes to music. Although I'm not really a big country fan. The closest I'll get to country is like old school Taylor Swift and crazy. Why can't I talk? Casey Musgraves. I don't know too many of Chloe Haley's songs. I know like Golden Hour. I'm still on that Casey Musgraves mentality. Ungodly Hour is a really good song. Taylor Swift. I don't listen to her anymore, but I know basically every one of her songs up until Reputation. Everything before that, I know. I was a huge Taylor Swift stan. I was a Swiftie, believe it or not. I was a Swiftie in like middle school, elementary school. She actually was the reason why I wanted to start playing guitar and writing my own songs. Like she was a huge inspiration to me when I was a kid because I just thought it was really cool. She, you know, played guitar and she wrote all of her own songs. And I remember she had a documentary. It was like the Fearless documentary. And it was on Netflix for the longest time. And I would watch it like once a week. Like I would watch it all the time because I was like, oh, she's so cool. Like she was just a girl from Tennessee who liked to play the guitar and then she became a superstar and now everyone loves her music and she's cool. Do you care more about vocals, production, lyrics, or genre? I mean, they're all important. I'd say I'm definitely one of those people who hears the music first. Like I love lyrics and I think lyrics are really important, but I definitely hear music first. I actually haven't listened to Folklore or Evermore. Or no, I think I listened to a few songs off of Evermore, but I haven't really given it like an in-depth listen. Do I listen to JoJo Siwa? No. Does she have some bops? Hi, subscribed to your channel a few days ago. Welcome to the snack community. if you're hip to the Discord server. Almost forgot what it was called for a second. I don't know why, but you look like you could be a very good actress. Have you ever thought about it? Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? You must be new here. How do you feel about Justin Bieber? I don't like him at all, but I want to know what you think. I don't really have like deep thoughts about Justin Bieber. I liked his music when he first came out. Like when I was in middle school, I definitely had the Bieber fever. But in terms of like who he is as a person or anything, I don't really know much about him or his music, honestly. But yeah, he seems cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people hate him so much. Like I know he was kind of like a bratty kid when he was a teenager, but like, you know, that's normal for a young kid who's rich and famous and blah blah blah. It's like just let him be. Travis Scott, yeah, I listen to Travis Scott. Okay, now that there's like 100 people in the chat, or not the chat, here in the fucking stream, I'm gonna talk about my music journey. When I was like 5, I actually don't know. I was very young. I was put into piano lessons. My father is a big... One second. Okay. My father is a big music lover. He is someone who has always inspired me when it comes to music. He introduced me to so much great music when I was a kid, and he put me and my brother in piano lessons at a really young age. My dad, he says, like, you learned how to read music before you could read like actual words. And I was, exposed to music at a really young age, always surrounded by it. And I don't I go back and forth on, like, is singing something that you just know how to do, or is it something that is, like, taught? And I think it's a bit of both. I think you do need some sort of raw talent to be, like, a really good singer. But I think the reason why I do have musical talent is also because I was taught how to hear music, how to play, at a very young age, and it trained my ear so I can hear music, I can sing on pitch, whatever. And I'm so grateful that my father decided to put me in music lessons because, I mean, music is everything to me. I wouldn't be anything without music. It is literally like the air that I breathe. It keeps me going. It saved my life countless times. And it's like, I'm very grateful that I was given the opportunity to explore music at a very young age. And it just always has stuck with me. Like, I've always been singing, dancing, everything. And so in elementary school, I I started musical theater, and what I always loved about musical theater is that it combines all of my loves. It's not only acting, but it's also music, and I got to sing and act and dance all at the same time, and I think that is really cool because it's like, I don't know, you just get to do everything at once. um, and then I did chorus, and when I was in middle school, I think that's when I started to take music a bit more seriously, and I would start writing my own songs and learning guitar. And then, sorry, people are just dropping left and right. Is this boring? Is this, like, not as interesting as I thought? Um, uh, Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat. Whatever. Do you think you'll ever release a song? Yeah, one day. One day I'll get back into writing and I will release a song. I promise. Until then, I'm gonna stick to covers for now, which is coming soon. Um, okay, I'll just keep going then, because I was like, people are leaving, but we're back. We're back. Okay, so I did musical theater. I started musical theater when I was in, like, third grade, and I just never stopped. um, and then I started writing songs in middle school. And I remember I wrote this song about my brother because we kind of had, like, a pretty shitty relationship for a long time. And then I wrote a song to, express my feelings. And I played it for my mom, and she literally started crying. And I think that's pretty cool. Not that she's crying or that she's sad, but, like, the fact that I was able to create something that caused such an emotional reaction from her. And I want to do that. Like, I want to continue to do that for the rest of my life, to make music that connects with people, because countless times there have been artists who have created music that has just hit me. It has gone through me, and it's gotten me through some really tough stuff. And to know that, I'm not alone, and there are other people out there who are feeling the same way that I do, so deeply to the point that they create an entire song about it, that is so beautiful. And I want to do that. And I think that's what has motivated me to pursue music and to always stick with it, because one day I would like to be that for somebody. I would like to be an artist that makes people feel less alone and makes people go, like, I'm gonna get through this because this song exists, and it's explaining everything that I feel right now. And yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, moving on to high school. So, still doing musical theater. Not writing as much, but definitely taking theater more seriously and react to Sneako's video on D'Angelo Wallace. No. Sorry. No, I don't know. I already told him what I thought about the video, so I don't really think I need to make a reaction for it. Um, you should use the buzz of the channel since you're growing a lot here on YouTube for your music when you intend. Yep, I already plan on it. It's all a part of the plan, baby. Because so many YouTubers start music and they're not even good at it. So I feel like, I could really pop off with that because, once I really get my following up and then like actually release music that people fuck with, I think it'll be a success. Why do y'all why do you want me to react to Sneeko so badly? Any musical recommendations / faves? Okay, so I was planning. Okay, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have this music discussion right here, right now, and then later I'm going to do a Patreon episode where I talk about my favorite music right now and actually play the music because I can't play music on YouTube. So I'm gonna go on Patreon and we're just gonna vibe. We're gonna jam. I'm gonna talk about my favorite songs, why I love them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's gonna be really fun. And wait. Sorry. I was wondering if you have any what? Bronzer or blushes that look good on black skin. This, it's called, what is it? Mented. They have like bronzer for black people. Did you hear? Oh yeah, the Harry Meghan thing. That was interesting to say the least. Anyway, back to music. It really baffles me when people say they don't listen to music. Like, imagine not having a sound system or having like headphones or anything. Like, you just don't listen to music. How does that happen? I would die. Like, I think there is something to be said about like your vibration and how you hear music. Like, when you listen to a song and you're like, whatever. But then like a few months later or a few years later, you hear it and you're like, this is the best song I've ever heard. How was I not hip to, how did I not like this before? And I think that has to do with like something about the vibration, like the vibration that you have as a human being, whatever vibration, whatever frequency that you're operating at that time in your life, like the music you listen to, the music that you enjoy coincides with that vibration. You know what I'm saying? And because like not everyone hears music the same way. Like I'll listen to a song and I feel it in my bones. Like I feel it so strongly. And then someone's like, this song is trash. And it's like, how can you think this song is trash? Like this song literally caused every cell in my body to like awaken. And I really think it just has something to do with like your vibration or something, because it's like it songs affect people differently. And I think like people who are really into music, people who are so deeply passionate about music, they're operating at some sort of frequency that allows them to hear music that way. I am so glad, I'm so lucky that I'm not only a music lover, but I'm a musician. Like, it's one thing to love music and to listen to music all the time and be like really passionate about it, but it's another to also be able to participate in it. Like that shit is amazing. I'm so lucky that I have musical talent, because if I loved music but I couldn't actually like make it, I would be so sad, because making music is single-handedly one of the most beautiful experiences that you can ever have on this planet Earth. Like that's why I love musicals so much, because it's so collaborative. And when you are making music with other people, you're literally putting in vibrations into the atmosphere that you're all creating and they all go like this. They all mesh and come together. Is that not magic? Is that not magic? Don't tell me it's not. She's in the flow state. That's literally like some flow state shit right there, brother. Oh my god. Suddenly I want to go to the studio. Right? Like, oh, Jesus. I can't get over it. Okay, let me read what y'all are saying. Music isn't for everyone. I guess, sadly. But it's like, music is one of those things that brings people together, no matter where you're from, no matter like who you are. That's what I love about concerts, is that everyone is coming from different walks of life, different backgrounds, but somehow you're all here in this very moment, enjoying this thing so beautiful and pure that is music. You know what I mean? Like, that's incredible. That's so cute. It's literally what Ariana and Victoria keep saying all the time. What do they say? I would love to make music because there's so many sounds I want to experiment with. Yeah, like, there's just like infinite sounds you can make. What song made you go on a rant about music? My playlist, my winter 2021 playlist, has just been hitting. It's just been hitting. And like, I don't know, I've been listening to some really good music lately, and it's got me feeling inspired. And, I've been working on covers and stuff, and just like really getting back into my shit with music, and really like putting a lot of effort into it. Dude, speaking of music, I just bought these headphones. I don't know I forget the name. They're Sony headphones. They were really expensive, but it was so worth it because, I love music, right? So my listening experience needs to be top tier. I have some Edifer speakers above me. I don't really get to use them that much, though, because the girl who lives next door to me always bangs on my door every time I fucking play music. But, yeah, no, these headphones are the shit. Like, when I tell you that shit is in your ear, like, it's like I'm listening to, like, Ariana Grande or something. She's like, this is my ear, this is her. She's like, ooh, wait, it's the fat end. Like, she's literally, like, she's just singing inside of my head. Like, isn't that amazing? And the bass is so juicy. Like, you can just, like, feel it. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are certain songs you listen to, right? And it's like, you hear it, and it's surrounding you. But then there are some songs that go through you. They literally like penetrate you. They penetrate your soul. And it's like, that's how I know when I love a song, is when a song literally goes inside of me. And these headphones, they just help me get to that place even quicker. They're Sony headphones. Let me see. They have some long ass like serial number of a name, so it's not like, they're called the Sony WH-1000XM4. Marquez Brownlee turns me on to these headphones. They're on his like Amazon list. So yeah, shouts out to him. Damn, why you make me emotional about music? Because you should be. I wish my parents shared what music they liked when I was younger. Yeah, honestly, that's what got me into music. Like, before I even knew I loved music, my dad was always just like playing music all the time in the house. Same with my mom. Ariana was talking about the process of making Thank You Next / Victoria was talking about Jaguar, and they both said it was so special and that they loved making it together. Yeah, making music with your friends, making music with people that you love is really incredible. And yeah, Goosebumps music. Like, when you listen to something so beautiful and it just like makes you like awaken, like even your body is like, oof, damn, like you can't fake that. That's not something that just happens. Like, that's magic. magic exists and it's called music. um, and music is something that I turn to whenever I feel bad or feel happy, feel stressed. Like, it's always there for me. If I'm feeling down, like, I just need to like put on my music and it just completely turns around my mood, and that is so beautiful. And ooh, okay. um Yes, Good Days by SZA is a Goosebumps song. I was listening to that the other day when I was on a walk, and it was like a beautiful sunny day, and I just felt like I was floating. I felt like I was like transcending a little bit. I feel like older music is way better than the music being produced nowadays, but that's just my opinion. I disagree. Older music is great, and I feel like if we're talking about like a body of work, like the art of making an album is a bit lost on our generation because people think that, people don't have the attention span for albums for some reason, and that it's like, oh, it's all about the singles. I don't give a fuck about your single. Usually the single is like the worst song off of the album. Positions, trash. The album, amazing. Positions, okay, I won't say trash, but it's like mediocre at best. But like, give me an album. Give me a full length story, start to finish. I don't want random singles just thrown onto an album. Like, that's not where it's at. If I ever make when I make an album, I want it to be a story. I want it to be like a piece of theater. I want it to be like a movie, not just like, oh, here are some songs that have no like connection to each other. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think TikTok definitely has influenced the way that songs are being made. I mean, people literally make music just so it'll go viral on TikTok. Like, which I guess isn't a bad thing. Like, if you are a young up and coming artist and you want people to hear your music, then yeah, you got to get on TikTok. But I don't think you should make a song just so it's like, oh, well, people make a stupid dance to it. Like, and I also think that's why legends are so rare. Like, I don't think we're ever going to get a Whitney Houston, a Prince ever again. Someone said Lady Gaga was like the last true pop icon, and I don't know if she'll be the last one. Like, I still think there's hope and that people will actually be able to change music in the future, but like, just because an album is good, it doesn't make your fave a legend. You know what I mean? Like, I think what I just said about albums plays into why legends aren't really a thing anymore, because people don't make music the same way that they used to. And I don't think that, we need to regress. Like, music should always be ongoing and evolving, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're getting legends like we used to. We do have Kendrick. Yes, Kendrick is a legend. But I mean, like, it's not as common, like most of like the big pop icons come from like the 80s, the 90s, way before then. You know what I mean? But definitely Kendrick is going to be a legend. He already is. He's a living legend. We know this. Bruno Mars is also low-key iconic. Bruno Mars is interesting to me because he's a singles guy. He's a singles artist, in my opinion. Like, I've never listened to a Bruno Mars album. I've never even met anyone who's like, I'm a Bruno Mars stan. Because I don't think he really makes music for like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, I don't know. He seems more of like a singles guy. His new his new single though is so good. Leave the Door Open. I was listening to that on my walk today, and I was just like, ooh, like this is what he was talking about. Leave the door open, because the weather today is perfect. Also, hi Nia, how are you doing? Do you like Camila Cabello. See, you can't even say her name right. No. I mean, I don't have anything against her aside from her being a racist, but no, her music is not good, in my opinion. I'm not really into like the top 20s girls, you know? Ariana is like the only main pop girl that I fuck with. Everyone else can go. Ugh. But dude, I can't wait to like start. I need to start writing again, like really, but I'm excited for the future of my online presence because it really pisses me off seeing all these like TikTokers and YouTubers try to start a music career and they have no talent. Like, you don't have to have musical talent. Like, no one said you had to sing. But so like, why are you doing it? Like, it's literally just for money, for clout. Like, what is it? You can do things within your wheelhouse outside of social media that doesn't have to do with fucking singing because you can't sing. I'm sorry. I sound bitter. And it's because I am. Because I love music. And like, well, I'm better than you because I actually know how to sing. I'm not saying that. Maybe I am a little bit. But like, nobody wants to see your boring ass music video that you filmed in your house. Yes, I'm shading Dixie D'Amelio. Yes, you guessed it. And it's like, dude, if you can't sing, that's fine. Then don't sing. There are so many people who actually have musical talent and will never get the recognition that they deserve because they don't know how to do the fucking thing. Like, what? Why? This shit like actually pisses me off. As someone who would love the opportunity to break into the music industry, I'm like, why? And, you know, like, some people say, oh, well, if you do music, it doesn't mean that you have to be a passionate musician. And, I mean, I guess, like, you can just make music for fun. That's fine. You can totally make music for fun. It doesn't have to be, like, this super serious thing. But, like, I don't know, there's just something about TikTokers making songs that just rubs me the wrong way. Or, like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem genuine. Like, for me, music is such a sacred thing. And I feel like you should just do, like, what you know how to do. Like, okay, if you want to branch out and learn something new, learn a new skill, that is totally great. Like, if you want to learn how to play an instrument or learn how to sing, and then eventually you're like, hey, I made a song, go listen to it, that's totally fine. And I encourage anyone who is interested in music to explore that, even if they don't have a background in it. But, like, I don't know. I don't know. It blows me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's fine because when I become that YouTuber who makes a song, it's actually going to be really great. It's going to be really great and you're going to love it. And even people who don't listen to my or watch my videos will listen to my music and it'll be awesome. I feel the same way. It annoys me. They have no talent and are really robbing people's places. Yeah. And it's like, you probably have talent in other places, and I think you should explore that. But whatever. Unpopular opinion, I think like scientists and jobs like that should get a lot of attention like artists. Yeah. I mean, you saw my video about that Instagram post from the astronaut. Dixie's songs suck, but I don't think of it as a big deal. She does alright. Get a lot of hate for it. Yeah. She can do what she wants. Like the YouTuber Sarah Back, because she's actually super good at music, but never takes herself seriously when she should. Right? Isn't that a shame? Like, people who can actually sing, like, stop themselves from making music or releasing music because, you know, people can be shitty. And, you know, I think she said on a podcast that she has, like, a perfectionist mindset, especially when it comes to music. And it's like, dude, like, you can actually sing. Meanwhile, like, Tana Mojo was making music videos. Like, what? Why? But whatever. you think musicians should use a platform to spread political ideologies and beliefs? Not necessarily. Like, if you want to do that, that's great because you have the platform, but I don't think it's required. Like, I'm not I'm not looking to I don't know, like Britney Spears to like talk about like political issues because she's not a politician. Everyone overproduced their voice, and there's like 10 of the artists singing. Like, for example, 10 Britney singing, and not shading her, just saying it's overproduced. It'd be the most self-aware people holding themselves back, right? And I don't want to be that. Like, I don't want to be like um I don't want to be so afraid. I don't want to be so paralyzed by fear that I stop myself from sharing my talent with the world. Like, that would be such a waste. I also am used to performing in front of people. I've been performing my whole life, so it doesn't really scare me that much. But, you know, it's easy to be a perfectionist, and it's a shame that people like Sarah feel afraid to, share their passion for music because of, I don't know, other people. I mean, posting that cover for 10K was definitely like a little scary for me, and I definitely got negative comments on it, unfortunately, and it had me feeling some type of way. Like, I was like, damn, am I like not shit? Like, am I bad at singing? And nobody told me, which is not true. It's not true at all. But it's easy for those comments to get to you, especially when music and singing is such a like personal thing, because I it's one thing for me to share my opinion online. Like, okay, people are going to disagree with me. I know that. But if I'm putting myself out there musically, it's kind of scary. And, no one wants to be called a bad singer, obviously. So it can be kind of like a hard thing to get past. But you got to just keep going. And I know that I'm a good singer. Like, it's not that deep. I shouldn't let those stupid comments get to me. And I'm like, oh, you want to say I can't sing? Where's the cover then? Where's the cover then? I'm waiting. Drop the link. Where is the cover? Can I get a B flat? Can I get a high? Oh, I didn't think so. Because you're fucking tone deaf and you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, next. I wish some singers would actually work on their voice and always try to improve it. I think, yeah, if you're a professional singer especially, that's what you should be doing. I'm always trying to improve my voice, get better, practice good vocal health. I don't know why that's like such a weird thing. Like, I don't know why there's so many mainstream singers who just like don't practice vocal health. I mean, it's hard. You have to really train for that, but like, if that's your job, then you should be doing everything in your power to improve your voice and to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Because if you're touring and you're singing every day, that's gonna wear you down. So it's really important to take care of yourself. That's why I'm glad I have a background in musical theater, because in musical theater, health is like really important because you're singing live. It's not like you're just like singing into like a little mic that will pitch correct you and all that stuff. Like, it's just all you. And so I think having a background in musical theater has made me such a great sorry, it's just making so much fucking noise. It's made me a better singer, and it's taught me to be a healthy singer. And yeah, okay. If you do music, okay, I don't know what that says. Spirituality actually helps me not attach my talents to who I am / worth in a way. That's good. I feel like I definitely attach my worth to my musical abilities, not because it's like, oh, like that's what makes me worthy, but just because it's like so deeply ingrained in like who I am as a person. But I see what you mean, and that's good, because I can imagine if you're like a famous singer, especially, that you feel like you're only worthy because of what you can do, not just like for who you are. Music is about expressing emotion, and I think the voice is the most emotional instrument. Well said. Music and the industry are two different things. They put those two together and made it about profit than actual art itself. Yeah, the music industry is so whack. You should check out T-Pain's highlights on YouTube because he talks about the music industry and how fucked up it is. It's like, oof, I want my music to be heard by millions of people, but I don't want to be a puppet either. Thanks. I think people have this weird complex where you're supposed to have raw talent without being professional and improving your voice. Yeah, like it's not all just raw talent. Like a lot of skill or a lot of great singing comes from skill. It's not just about talent. As a singer, I personally think it's weird not to have good vocal health and technique. Like you don't want to hurt yourself. Yeah, exactly. It's just like being an athlete. Like you need to condition yourself so you can be safe, so you can keep singing. Do you plan on learning any specific instruments? I would like to get back into guitar. I was pretty good at it when I was taking lessons, but I really fell off. And I used to play piano a little bit. Someone said my Just Like Magic cover wasn't that good. Okay, thank you. Should I delete it then? Like, I don't know what you want me to do. I refuse to listen back to it because of the comments that I saw, like the 2 negative comments that I saw about it. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm a shit singer. I should just delete this. Damn. I worked so hard on it too. It's like really, really disheartening when people say that shit. Like, I know I'm not a perfect singer and, you know, it wasn't a perfect cover, but I was just doing it for fun because I reached 10,000 subscribers, not because I was trying to be perfect. And it's like, shit. Like, I don't know. I really hate that. Like, I know it shouldn't matter, but like, damn. But it's fine. I will have more covers to come, and that one won't even matter, even if it wasn't good. That shit be hurting, bro. See, now I'm getting in my feels. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? It's just like, it really sucks when you work really hard on something. And like, I'm really hard on myself, especially when it comes to music. And I'm like, damn. Sometimes I feel like I'm like the worst singer in the world. And sometimes I think I'm really good. But like, you know, I worked really hard on that cover and I tried really hard to make it sound like decent. And the fact that people were like, that wasn't good, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go fuck myself then. Have a nice day. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, exactly. No artist is perfect, but being unique gives them the identity that makes them perfect. It's not about perfection, it's about the passion. That was corny, but whatever. Um, like, okay, I'll just rip out my vocal cords for you. Literally, literally. Um, thank you, Lola, for saying I have a beautiful voice. Honestly, like artists sounding amazing in studio and live has raised the expectations. The only people who are good at a young age is because they are passionate enough to sing all the time and not even see it as practice because, to be honest, it feels amazing to sing. Facts. I don't sing to sound perfect. I sing because I love it and it feels good. Technically, you can't just pop out and sing. You can have a natural ear. However, you wouldn't never be a natural singer if you weren't actually motivated to do it through passion. Some artists need to hire better vocal coaches. Yeah. What people need to understand is that everyone in the industry uses a form of dosage of autotune and that their raw vocals won't be perfect as a final product. Yeah, I mean, recording an album is just taking the best take from each take of this song and like using pitch correction. Like you're not going to sound the same in the studio than like in real life. I disagree. The cover was good. You have lots of vocal control. You hit the correct notes. Don't be discouraged. I'm not going to remove it. I was being dramatic, but thank you. I think I damaged my voice a bit, so I definitely should think more before singing all the time. Just don't like push yourself. Like your body, like just listen to your body. Which artist is your sound similar to? I have no idea. In terms of like my voice, I don't really know. People are gonna hear regardless. You did amazing, and there's no reason to second guess. Thanks. If only I could just stop second guessing. I don't think I'll ever stop second guessing myself, but it's fine. Thanks, guys. You are making me feel better. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all emo on you. But, you know, your girl has insecurities too. I'm only human. Y'all know that song? Yeah, that's true. You're used to getting positive feedback from singing, but not used to getting negative feedback, which is something you're not used to. So you'll focus on. Yeah. The thing is, it's like that negative comment will hit harder than like 10 positive ones, unfortunately. And like when I do get quote unquote negative feedback, it's not negative. It's like constructive criticism from an actual vocal coach who knows what the fuck they're talking about. And it's like, why is a stranger on the internet telling me like what to do with my voice? Y'all, a little tip if you're learning to belt, don't use your throat, use your belly and widen your mouth. Yeah, people yeah, don't sing from your throat because that will definitely put you on the fast track to vocal damage. But I'm going to elaborate more on what this person said about singing from your belly. People don't tell you this because it's kind of like an awkward thing to say, but from many master classes that I've done and voice lessons I've been in, you're supposed to sing not from your diaphragm. That is a myth. You cannot actually physically sing from your diaphragm, but you're supposed to sing from your private parts, your bathroom muscles. When you are taking a shit, you're engaging those muscles, right? And so when you're singing, especially when you're belting, you have to squeeze from your groin area, and that's where you're singing from. You have to sing from down below, like from your lower stomach, not your diaphragm, because your diaphragm is right here. You want to sing from like right here. Knowledge. Just want to tell you I love your videos and you in general, and you're so beautiful and intelligent. Thank you. Thank you. Remember when SZA had a breakdown on Twitter saying she permanently damaged her vocal cords, and last year, and now 2 years later, she's back, thankfully. Yeah, that shit really scared me. I was like, please don't tell me your singing career is over, because I'm going to be so sad. But no, I'm pretty sure she had surgery on her vocal cords. That's very common. Professional singers, it happens all the time. Sam Smith, he's an amazing singer, but he had vocal damage and he really hurt himself. Like, it's very common. It happens to almost everyone. Because, I mean, imagine you're touring the world and you're singing constantly. You're going to do some shit to your voice if you're not super careful. Thanks for your advice. This coochie finna be singing. Literally, though, like, you have to sing from your coochie. Like, I'm not even kidding. You have to sing from your coochie. But don't, coochie chorus. Literally. But don't forget to breathe and don't forget to, like, let go sometimes. Like, you have to keep a constant flow of air coming in. Because if you're, like, squeezing all the time and it's nothing but tension, like, that's not good for you either. And it's going to make you sound, like, really stuck, if you know what I mean. Are you serious? Life changing? The diaphragm thing always confused me. Yeah, people just say that because it's like the general area that you're supposed to sing from, but you can't actually sing from your diaphragm. You breathe, but you know. Yes, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's all lies. That's like what they teach you in like 6th grade chorus. Breathe from your sing from your diaphragm. You sounded a bit similar to Ariana Grande in the way you sang that cover. You know, I was trying to avoid that, but I will say, like, I have been listening to Ariana for a very long time, and I learned how to sing by listening to other singers. So I can see how that. So I remember once I was performing at a musical, and this random girl, she comes up to me and she's like, "You sing like Ariana Grande," and I was like, "I don't really know how you came to that conclusion, considering that I was singing literal folk music in a musical." But like, thanks, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know how she came to that conclusion, but I was like, I'll take it. She's a great singer. So if there's any sort of similarity between me and her, like, sure. Thank you. Okay. Um Favorite Broadway musical. Oh, great question. Hair, for sure. It's so fun. Coochie is the name of Caliuch's fandom. That's good to know. How do you feel about new coming artists being constantly being compared to already established artists? It happens. It's inevitable. Ariana was compared to Mariah. I'm sure Mariah was compared to somebody else. Um, but like, yeah, it's. I can understand how it's annoying. Like, I mean, people do it to me, even with my YouTube videos. They're like, "Oh, you remind me of this person," or "You're like this person." And I don't think they mean it in like a bad way. I think it's just like kind of how people process things, like familiarity and association. Like the mind is like a machine of association, so it happens. It's okay to be inspired by other artists, no shame in that. Almost every artist takes piece. Yeah, like nothing is ever like truly original. Like everyone's taking inspiration from other people. So, do you feel like your sole purpose is to share your musical abilities? In a way, yes. I mean, I have more to offer than just my musical abilities, but definitely like I have always felt like I was put on this earth to make music and to sing. I literally never stopped singing. Like I feel bad for the people who live around me cuz I never shut the fuck up. Ever since I was like a kid, like 5 years old, I've always wanted to be a singer, and I think that means something. Do you feel like there's a standard of singing and we can tend to hold that standard and not appreciate different ways of singing? Like you can sing different and still be good. Yeah. I'm trying to think of an example because I feel like some more like experimental singers out there who don't sound like the stereotypical pop artists are maybe considered like not great singers or something because like okay, for example, I think Billie Eilish was like getting really annoyed because people say, "Oh, like she can't actually sing, like she doesn't sing, she just whispers." But it's like just because she's not screaming in our faces all the time, it doesn't mean that she's a talented singer. You know how hard it is to sing that quietly? Like you need to have a lot of control over your voice and able to sing the way that Billie Eilish sings. Uh, Mariah was probably compared to Whitney. Yeah, probably. You're right. I miss Broadway. Yeah, man, I miss Broadway too. I was thinking about doing Broadway covers on my singing channel. I know no one's really gonna watch them compared to like pop songs, but that's what I know best. That's what I know best. I've seen people call you female Sneeko to be honest. I don't think it's an insult, but some just want to be original. Yeah, people call me that sometimes. I don't really mind it as much anymore, but it definitely annoyed me at first because I'm like, shut up. I'm not the female version of anybody. But it is a compliment. Like, he makes great videos, and I'm honored to be compared to him, I guess. People literally always bring him up in my live chats every single time. Like, why? What is it with y'all's obsession with this man? I'd like to know. Would you ever like to go to a contest-based show like America's Got Talent? No, because that shit is not based off of talent at all. I have a friend who auditioned for which, I mean, like, she's an amazing singer, but it didn't surprise me that she didn't get in because I know these competitions are not based off of actual talent. Like, there's so much politics surrounded by it, and I just also have no interest in reality television. And those kind of shows freak me out anyway. How do you feel about Selena Gomez retiring from music? Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like a rumor, but I guess that's true. I mean, I don't know why she's retiring. I personally was never really a big fan of her music. She's not really that great of a singer in my opinion, but maybe that's why she's retiring. I don't really know. Would you ever like to... Oh, wait, I already answered that. What do you think the future of pop music with a bunch of new young artists coming up and the sound constantly changing? I have no idea. I think Billie Eilish is definitely changing pop music. So I'm curious to see how her influence will affect pop music in the next 5 to 10 years. Personally, pop music has gone through a pretty interesting journey. I mean, I don't think pop music is the popular music. I think hip hop has taken over, and I have no problem with that. I don't really like today's pop music that much, though. Like, I fuck with Ariana. I don't really listen to Billie's music that much. I like some of her songs. Actually, my next cover is going to be a Billie Eilish song. Get hype. Should I do a sneak peek? Do you guys want to hear a sneak peek? Anyway, I'm not really a big fan of pop music, but like early 2000s Britney Spears type shit, 90s pop, early 2000s pop, 2010s pop, even like when Riri was really popping off. That was a shit. Current day pop music is like what? Oh, Katy Perry. Teenage Dream actually was the blueprint. Like, she literally was like, here you go. You're welcome. Like, this is what pop music is now. Katy Perry, Benny Blanco, is that his name? He produced Teenage Dream. He literally like created pop music of the 2010s. Like, everybody wanted a piece of that Teenage Dream clout. Who do you think influenced today's pop music the most? I'm gonna have to think about that one. I lost my voice now. It's strained. I used to be able to hold notes, but now I can't get one note out. I'm going to start vocal exercises. Yeah, you should, I mean, I would recommend professional help if you really want to, like, fix it, but I know that's kind of, like, hard right now. Always warm up before you sing. Don't strain your voice by singing from your throat or singing outside of your range. Social media feels fake, and I do not like having people who do not care about me knowing. Okay, thanks for sharing. Bold of you to say Selena Gomez is not a great singer. I've always thought that, but it seems to be generally unpopular opinion. I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, yeah, Selena Gomez isn't really that great of a singer. But she's got some hardcore stands, so maybe that's why. I mean, she's not a bad singer, but she's not like great. I also don't think her music is that great, so I don't really give her much leeway with that because I don't really listen to her music, and she's like an okay vocalist, so Do you think Katy Perry is struggling? I think Katy Perry had her reign. I think she had her moment at the top, and now she's chilling. I would do the same. Like, if I had an explosive career like Katy Perry, I would be taking these off years with grace. I don't know if she's trying to get back on top or have a comeback, but she had her time. She made her stamp in the pop world, and I hope she's enjoying her life with her husband, Orlando Bloom. If you were on Disney, you were going to get a music contract. Okay. Look up Rumi's video and why he never went on any reality TV shows, even though I got asked to. Is he a singer? I've never heard of Rumi's. Do you listen to rock? Not as much as I used to, but, Paramore will forever be my favorite band of all time. Next to Hiatus Coyote. Shouts out to them. I would love, if I could collab with anybody as an artist, it would be them, hands down. And Paramore, of course, but I don't think the kind of music I'm going to make is going to really align with Paramore sonically, but it doesn't matter. Lil Uzi wanted to collab with Hayley Williams, and she said no because she's like, I don't want to be that famous. But yeah, Hiatus Coyotes is like amazing. When are they releasing a new album? Selena Gomez's voice is okay, and the songs are okay. That's the problem. It's quite mediocre. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mediocre. Yet she like sells out stadiums, which is incredible to me. And that's on clout. But good for her if she loves music and she wants to do it. Like, well, she doesn't anymore because she's retiring. But I think Selena Gomez sings better songs in Spanish. I've never listened to any of her Spanish songs, but that's an interesting take. Only her stans think she's good. Her technique is all wrong, but the revival era was it. Selena Gomez in the scene, that was a time. I was fucking with it because it came out when I was a kid. So their 3 albums they had, I listened to that shit every single day on the way to school. So clearly I was vibing eventually. At one point in time, I was vibing to Selena Gomez's music. But I was like 10. Selena in the scene was superior. The Disney machine did something right with that one. Do you think actual talent doesn't really matter in the day and age? Yes! It's all about clout. Like, okay, actually, I'm not going to say that because talent does matter and will get you far, even in our clout-driven society. Like, clout, popularity, followers will get your foot in the door, but if you want to last, if you want to have a career, not just a moment, if you want to have a career, you have to have talent. You have to, or else people aren't going to stick around. They'll check out your first few singles out of curiosity, but that curiosity is going to wear away. Once people know what you're about, they're going to be like, okay, like we know what to expect. You have to actually have talent and actually be doing something different and new if you want people to stick around. And that's on period. I sound so preachy, like I know anything. How often do you do live streams? I don't really have a schedule, but it seems like I've been doing them once a week, so I guess I'll just keep going with it. Also, speaking of which, I said I was going to do live streams on Patreon. That was a lie. I changed my mind because I want to keep these free. That being said, let me know what you want me to do for the tier 3 patrons. I only have one, so it's not a big deal yet, but what would you pay $10 for? Like, what would you pay $10 to see from me? I'd like to know. I'll literally do whatever you want me to do. Like, I am your slave. Okay, let me not use that word. But like, I will literally do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. I'm here to serve. talent matters, but I also think most stands literally focus on charts and numbers. Isn't that so weird? Like all these like stands are like, oh, like they're literally trying to scam their way to the top. Like, dude, just enjoy the music and go. Why do the numbers matter? Like, if you're a true stan, shouldn't you be passionate about the music itself, not the number? Who cares if your fave has the number one? It's gonna be gone in like 2 weeks. You really think, like, when that say that person passes away, it's like, thank God that I'm trying to think of an example. Thank God Stuck With You by Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande was at number one. Like nobody cares. And that song isn't even that good. Personalized music covers for tier 3 patrons. Sorry. Interesting. Tell me more. I would literally pay to hear you rant about anything. Well, tier 1 patrons can get that, but the tier 3 patrons, I have to do a little something different. It'd be cool if you talked more in your Discord server. It's such a great community. Yeah, I lurk sometimes, but I honestly, I have so many things going on. Oh, Gabby said she's getting ready right now. Good. I don't know what I was just saying. The Stains put their lives on the line for them charts, bruh. Literally, like, putting your health at risk for a number one that you didn't even make the song, bro. You didn't even make the song. Thoughts on the 1975, and I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't see your message. I love the 1975. Oh, my 2014 was a great year. I was really out there living my 1975 fantasy with my Doc Martens and my fishnets. Yeah, the 1975, their debut album will forever be a banger. Might even be like a legendary album of our generation. Album. I didn't say the 1975 were legends, but that album will forever live inside me. That was a weird way to put it, but okay. Mommy armies making their kids skip school to stream BTS. Stop. Imagine you're like 45 years old, you have kids, you're like, I literally had children just so I could make a Spotify account for them so they could stream my fave every single day of every hour. That's the only reason I had kids. I pulled them out of school so they could stream BTS. Oh, that is fresh. Yeah. 2014, the year of succulents. I participated. The other day I saw a tweet about this one K-pop stan skipping online classes to stream their fave's new album. I mean, you could just stream it while going to class. It's not that hard. Funny how you posted your 1K special less than 2 months ago and almost at 40K now. Yeah, it's really weird. It's really great. It's just crazy. People keep saying I'm blowing up, and I don't really like know how to conceptualize that. Like, my brain is literally like processing error, error 404. Like, I can't fathom it. I understand that it's happening, but I don't understand it. And by that, I don't mean like, oh, like my content is good. Like, I know my content is good. I just mean like 40,000 people. Like, what does that even mean? And how did we get here so fast? The algorithm really said, you're blessed. Have a nice day. Stream BTS even if you're 178 still stream. Okay. What is the Lana Del Rey situation? Hi Madison, sorry to interrupt, but I've had a bad day today and I literally discovered your channel yesterday and so nice to see you streaming. Oh, well, hello, welcome. I hope the stream makes you feel a bit better. Oh, $10. Oh my god, Angelina. Or I'm sorry, 10 pounds. 10 quid, is that what you call it? 10 quid. I'm sorry. Is this offensive? You're dope and have common sense. LOL. Looking forward to the day when you gonna be the voice for so many people for real. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was so nice. I appreciate it. Now I can buy a meal tonight. I'm just kidding. The way YouTube still hasn't paid me is really like, it's nothing personal. It's just the pay period. I'm still waiting because they only pay you once a month. And I've made like a lot of money. Dude, I'm not going to say how much I've made, but I've made a lot of money. And I want it. I want it. Basically, she said some controversial stuff about feminism and people of... Oh, yes, I remember. She was like, Nikki and Ari and whoever the fuck get to be strippers and talk about sex, but everyone thinks I'm a whore because I don't know what the fuck she was talking about on her white lady shit. I don't give a fuck. Lana Del Rey is really just trying to grasp on to whatever relevancy that she has left. The bitch is crazy. I'm sorry. I don't know her, but I think she's detached from reality. Surprisingly poignant accent. Hey man, I have British relatives, okay? I have British relatives, okay? That means nothing. Thank you. Oh my god, you're saying my accent is good. now I'm gonna overthink it. I love doing a British accent. I can't take myself seriously doing this shit. I'm dead. Dude, it would be so sick if I actually had a British accent. Ugh. I'd be like 10 times more attractive. Hashtag give Madison the money. Yes, I'm with this hashtag. Brockhampton. Let's talk about them because I feel like they're... Your accent is very good, innit? You know, I'm from South London. I like Adele. And, I don't know, tea. Hashtag give Madison the cash. Let's go. I have a British cousin gives off I have black friends. No, literally my mom was born in England. Like, I'm not kidding. The bitch is literally a fucking British citizen. And my grandmother and my grandfather lived in England for a very long time. Well, not all of them, but a lot of my family on my mother's side still lives in England. I like Adele. I'm not a chav. I don't even really know what chavs are. Like, I have an idea of them, but I couldn't give you a real definition. I like Adele and T-Love. I like to listen to Slow Tie and Georgia Smith. Georgia Smith. I need to stop. Okay, but why do British people lose their accent when they sing? But not all of them. Like, Georgia Smith sounds British when she sings. Anyway. No thanks, love. No thanks. I'm from Manchester. Sorry. It's not even that funny. It's something about seeing it spelled out in the chat is really killing me. Chavs everywhere in your school. I fucking hate them chavs. I hate them. So annoying with their fucking extensions. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, sometimes I just like to speak in a British accent because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel more sophisticated. It makes me feel more spicy. Something's very ugly about the American accent, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Not at all. The silent T. Chav was short for council house and violent. Basically, initially it was derogatory towards working class. In it. Is that true? Is chav a derogatory term to the poor people? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't mean to offend nobody. I'm just simply trying to be British. I'm trying to be British. Okay, let me stop. Let's get back to the music. Do you listen to music in different languages? Not really. The closest I get is to like Bad Bunny on occasion. Don't know what the fuck he's saying, but it sounds good. There's something off about talking about American accent and British accent, like there are hundreds of accents in those areas. It's not that deep. It's just fun. Are we really going to politicize doing accents for fun, guys? Oh, you were talking about Brockhampton. Thank you, Kaisa, for keeping me on track. Brockhampton is a very interesting group to me because they were everywhere in like 2016, 17, 18. Like they were really that bitch. They were that boy band, right? And now they're like nowhere to be found. I think that's because of the controversy that they have, you know, brought upon themselves in the past few years. Like Amir is no longer in the group because of some allegations. But I didn't think that would be enough to just completely wipe them from our minds. Like, no one's really talking about Brockhampton like that. I mean, they haven't released music in like a minute. Well, it hasn't been that long. It's maybe been like a year, not even that long. But like, now so many people are like, I'm unstanding Brockhampton. Like, I'm embarrassed that I used to listen to them all the time. And it's like, I mean, their music isn't bad. Like, I fucked with them. I went to a Brockhampton concert. It was terrible because it was all a bunch of white boys, and I was not expecting that. Didn't know that their fan base was all white dudes. Unfortunately, I had to learn it the hard way. But the Saturation 1, 2, and 3. The Saturation trilogy was amazing. And now they're just poof. Where did they go? It's really crazy how that happens. But, you know, rest in peace. I wonder if they'll come back. I wonder if they'll come back. Thoughts on C's new movie? I didn't watch it. I saw some clips. I know a lot of people don't fuck with it. From what I saw, it looks really messed up. I don't really know how she managed to do that. Like, I don't think it's hard to like consult autistic people or people who are on the spectrum. Like, that easily could have been avoided, but what can you do? What other controversy have they gotten into? Like, all I know is that Amir did something weird, but that's it. Why am I so phlegmy right now? Ew. I did have a 1D moment back in middle school. I was a directioner. Favorite Tyler album. Flower Boy. I think that's his best album for sure. Favorite songs at the moment? You'll have to go to the Patreon for that one. I'll probably film it tonight and then upload it hopefully tomorrow, if not Saturday. But I'm gonna do like a playlist video. We're gonna talk about my favorite songs. We're gonna jam because I can actually play music on Patreon because copyright on YouTube is a real bitch. Sees new movie. How do you mess up that bad? How do you show your producer? Like, right? Like, no one was like, this is kind of offensive. Like, how? Like, movies require a lot of eyes. I don't understand how people like just completely overlooked the mess that was that movie. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Drop the day. I will probably do a community post as I usually do when I drop the Patreon episode. Please subscribe to my Patreon. I'm begging you. No, it's okay. I'm not gonna beg you for your money. But it'll definitely be worth it. You know, I'm gonna try and post on there once a week. And you know, Patreon is a great place because I can really just be like completely unfiltered and just rant and rave about whatever I want. And it's just gonna be an unfiltered time. I already have 2 videos up on there. So go peep. Do you listen to Umi? Yes. How do I use Patreon? My Patreon link is on the channel, my channel page. Like, if you click on my channel, at least on the computer. I don't know how it works mobile, but you can also, I'm pretty sure you can access links through mobile, but just click on the link, then pick whatever tier that you want to do, whether it's 5, 7, or 10, and then your Patreon patron. Do you do promotions? I don't know what that means. I don't really know what that means. Like, do I like? What do you mean? Do you think Harry Styles is overrated / talked about too much? No, I think he's fairly rated. He's a very talented guy. He makes good music. I could write a long essay about why Flower Boy is Tyler's best album. I could too. There's a lot to dissect. Actually, there's actually a music podcast called Dissect where he dissects Tyler's Flower Boy album and why it's so incredible. So you should definitely listen to that. All my music lovers in the house, if you have not listened to the Dissect podcast, you need to, because it's incredible. Flower Boy is the most perfect album, but Igor is the most Tyler album. I see what you mean. Do you like Billie Eilish? Yes. I'm not like a stan. Like, I don't listen to her music every day or anything, but I definitely like some of her songs. I like her personality. Ooh, speaking of Billie Eilish, can we talk about something really quick? Can we talk about, oh my God. Okay. I saw this TikTok and this girl was like, laughing about Phineas, her brother, being like, basically calling her out for having an accent. And I was like, oh, like, I'm glad he said something, because I was like, are we finally going to talk about this? Are we finally going to talk about this? Because I was like, is it just me, or does this bitch Loki have like a little black scent? Like, I think the debate with the whole black scent AAVE thing is a bit much sometimes, but Billy definitely talks in a certain way, and no one was talking about it. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm crazy. Like, maybe she gets a pass, because it's like, listen, if a white person speaks like a black person, whatever that means, I will understand if they, grew up around black people, if they grew up around black people, whatever. But like, her parents don't talk like that, her brother doesn't talk like that. And I was like, why is she talking like that? Like, what's happening? And then there was a live stream from like a couple years ago where she was sitting next to her brother, and he was like, why are you talking like that? Like, you don't talk like that. Like, what are you what are you talking? Why are you doing this? And then at the end, he was like, turn off the live. I want to talk to you. It's fine. You can go back to it later, but we need to talk. And I fucking died. I was honestly cracking up. I'm not going to lie. I felt bad for her, because I could tell she's probably a little embarrassed. But like, I was like, thank you, Phineas. Thank you. Because it had to be said. I'm sorry. Like, peace and love. Billy's a great person, I'm sure. I don't know the bitch personally, but she's very talented. But I was like, is nobody gonna talk about the fact that she literally tries to sound a certain way? Like, I don't know, she be sounding a little niggerish, if you know. I'm kidding. But like, literally like, why are you trying to sound like a nigga when you ain't a nigga? Just because you have a black boyfriend, it don't mean that you a nigga, okay? Peace and love, peace and love. I don't blame her, she grew up in a time where black culture is the culture. So I understand a little bit. I'm not saying it's right, but when you grow up seeing all this black culture and everything black is cool, everything cool is black, it's like, oh, well, I want to be like that. And she's a teenager, so she probably has her own crises with identity and shit like that. So like, I understand why a teenager would do something like that. But I was like, are we just going to let her keep doing this? Like, we're just not going to say anything? Like, what blows my mind about it is like, nobody around her talks like that. I mean, I guess she has black friends and she has a boyfriend who is black, or used to have a boyfriend who was black, but like, that's something that was practiced. That was something that she adopted. It's not something that just naturally came to her. Like, Phineas doesn't talk like that. Your parents don't talk like that. So what's going on, sis? What's going on? Huh? Anyway, that's all I had to say. Where can I find the video? If you search, damn, what's it called? Let me go into my YouTube history. Billie Eilish IG Live talking about David Dobrik. Do you watch the Frenemies podcast? I do. It's really entertaining. Trisha Paytas is hilarious, and I don't even think she tries to be. I find it strange when black people who do not have any kind of accent put on accents like AAV Nigerian accent. English is not my first language, and I get you speak like a black person sometimes, but It's not because I'm trying to sound that way. It's because I learned the language from Black culture. I mean, that's fine. Like, there's a difference between using slang and like trying to make your voice sound different. I think that's what people get mixed up with the whole AAVE conversation. It's like, oh, that person's using AAVE. They're trying to like benefit off of Black people even though they're not Black. It's like, are they just using slang? You understand that Black people create basically everything, right? Like, it's not the same thing. um and I don't think there's anything wrong with like using those words because that's just the culture that we live in. If you live in a diverse area where a lot of people speak like that, then it's hard to not pick up. Yeah, I mean, like, that's why I said, like, okay, it's one thing if you grow up around people who talk like that, because that's just like, that's just how humans are. Like, you pick up on what you're around. You just imitate what other people around you do. Which is why I was like, okay, if she grew up in like an area where like that's just how people talk, I would get that. But I don't like think she did, or like there are certain people who like really try hard to like sound like a stereotypical Black person. So yeah. I've never listened to the Euphoria soundtrack. Jeez. Billie Eilish was homeschooled. Yeah, man. I don't know. I hope she is okay with her identity, because I know sometimes people do that because they don't really like know who they are, so they try to like do what seems cool. But whatever. I'm not losing sleep over how Billie Eilish talks. I just thought it was funny that her brother was like, "Why are you talking like that?" And I just thought it was funny. It's a good question. What's your favorite song to sing out loud when no one's around, like just belt like the world's about to end? Oops, sorry. Ariana Grande music does that for me. Also, Summer in Ohio from the last 5 years is a great song. It's musical theater. Anything musical theater is just, oh, I love it. It just feels so good to just belt that shit out. Are people start? Oh, never mind. This is like, Billy should watch her. It's okay to be white video. Bruh, so many people came for me in the comments about talking about Billy and Ariana as if I was actually like trying to attack them. Like, I really wasn't. I was just making an observation. I'm fans of both of those women. I don't even remember what I said about Billy, but I'm pretty sure I said something about how she like made anti-hip hop sentiments. I'm sure her opinions have changed. She's a young girl. I feel bad for her because she's a teenager. So sometimes, our opinions change, and like they also could have misquoted her. But I just wanted to use that as an example because there are so many people who benefit from hip hop and Black culture, but they disrespect it at the same time, and it's so strange to me. It's so strange to me. Like, you can't dress like fucking Soulja Boy and then say that hip hop is misogynistic. Like, what? I mean, yeah, there are misogynistic elements of hip hop. Like, she was right in that, but I don't think that in itself should just write off hip hop and all the great things that it's done. You know what I mean? But I have no like ill will or hatred for them. I was just using them as examples. It's so wild how like people think that if you critique somebody that you automatically hate them. Like, no. It's not how it works. And like I said, I think for Harriet said this in her video, like Billie Eilish, or not for Harriet, it was Julesy. Billie Eilish and people like her have grown up on the Black internet. Everything trendy right now, I mean, it's been this way for a long time, but especially right now, everything trendy comes from Black culture. So if you're growing up on an internet where everything is Black, that's just the culture that you absorb. That's a culture that you want to participate in. Doesn't mean that she's trying to be Black or anything like that. I just think, it's only natural for someone to adopt characteristics of the culture that they are experiencing in this time. I rest my case. Good night. um, People need to know that you can disagree with someone and still be on their side, right? Like, we're all human beings. We all have different opinions. Imagine if you hated every person that you disagreed with. I disagree with my friends. I disagree with my family. It doesn't mean I hate them. It just means there are certain things that we don't agree on. Like, it's not that deep. Especially if it's like black and white, everyone will call you racist if you're opposite. Yeah, it's like the moment you bring race into it, it just turns into a war. And I fully understood that before making my It's Okay to Be White video. It's funny because people still think I'm racist against white people, even though the title is literally called It's Okay to Be White. Like, people are really, people are funny. Are you comfortable disclosing your vocal range in detail? I actually don't know my vocal range. I should, right? I'm a soprano. I'm a mezzo soprano. I have a pretty good range, though. I don't know if it's full octave. It might be. I've never really tested that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to like describe it. Okay, watch that video. I'm back now. That video has like almost 200, or it has 200,000 views. Isn't that crazy? 200,000 views? Like, what the fuck? I'm like a YouTuber or something. Were you a theater kid? Yes. Still am. I do watch ABBA, and Preach. One of my biggest fears is that they'll like react to one of my videos. I really don't want them to do that. Like, they kind of scare me. It'd be cool though if they did react though, because that would be so good for my channel. But no, they can. They did react to Kelly Stamps. It was all positive though. Like, it wasn't like anything mean, and they're not mean people at all. But Freeze be scary. I know what you mean. See, Stephanie gets me. They fucking scare me sometimes. That's why I'm like, please, never find my channel. Please. Even though like it would be so cool to collab with them one day, I don't need it. I feel like their fans would eat me alive. Yes, I did. I've watched Glee like 3 times, maybe 5. When Preach screams in French, right? Like, I don't want him screaming at me in French. It's terrifying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure they're very nice people. I'm sure they would be nice to me if we met, but until then. Yes, Leave the Door Open is a great song. I was listening to it earlier today. Do you watch D'Angelo? Yes, I do. Although I feel like I've ruined any chance of D'Angelo ever liking me, because I like Sneeko, and those two do not match. I feel like D'Angelo would like, I don't know if he would love or hate my videos, because I feel like even though we're both black commentators, it doesn't mean that like we would automatically get along. Like, I think he's cool. I like his videos, but you know, I do have my controversial takes, and you know, he's kind of a woke king. He's a very woke king, and I don't know if he would vibe with my hot takes, if you know what I mean. Do you believe that all publicity is good publicity? No. That's a lie. Yeah, people are talking about you, and that will probably boost whatever content that you're putting out, whether it's music, videos, whatever, but like, if people don't like you, then what's the point? In my opinion. D'Angelo comments on a lot of people who make similar content to, like, a Man Dab, for example. I think he'd agree. He'd find your channel soon, I know it. D'Angelo from the future, if you're watching this, hello. Welcome to my channel. Y'all are still talking about Sneeko in the chat. What if I just blocked the word Sneeko from my channel? How would y'all feel? How would y'all feel? Even in my Discord server, y'all are still talking about this nigga. Like, if we ever collab, I feel like I could just quit YouTube because I would finally give y'all what you want. You should make a podcast. Oh, I am. It's going on the Patreon. First episode is going to be about music. Let's go. I'm sorry I'm putting it behind a paywall, but girls gotta eat. Girls gotta eat. Someone censored. Oh my god. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. You guys are so fucking annoying. Okay, maybe I think what needs to happen is I just need to like let it go. Can't even give you any ideas. I actually met him last week. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Fine. I met Sneeko last week. It was a great time. He was very nice in person. He's very tall. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yes, I met him. We might film a podcast. It's really up to him whenever he feels like it. We were gonna do it last week, but didn't end up happening. So maybe in the future, you know. Why don't you guys harass him like you're harassing me right now? If you really want the fucking collab, go harass him. Stop asking me. I have no control. Over that. I really don't. Like, I don't think y'all understand. I would. You guys are sick. Sick. Does every YouTuber just live in New York? Okay, we were actually talking about this last week because not a lot of YouTubers live in New York. Like, they literally all live in LA. So, I have to disagree with you on that one. Sneeko said you should talk to him about the podcast the last time he was here. Yeah, and then I went to his house and we talked. Can we have a fit check? Yes, you can. This is the top. Ooh, my boobs look nice in this. I'm wearing jeans. Oh fuck! Almost died. Um, they're a nice like boot cut type of vibe. Ugh. Um, the entire chat is mental illness, love. It's mental illness, love. It's mental illness, love. Okay, stop. Uh, thank you. The colors are nice. You know, it's very spring because today's is like almost 70 degrees. Also, Gabby, if you're watching this, are you ready yet? Like, I'm ready when you are. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Um, my earrings are from Brandy Melville. One size fits all. And these earlobes, you know what I mean? Um, Gabby, what's going on? I see you. Ew, not Bratty K. I might have to block you for that one. I might have to block you for that one. I'll see you still spelled my name wrong. Please put some respect on the Y. People always love to spell it Madyon. Like, the O doesn't exist. The O doesn't exist. What singer has your favorite singing voice? Ariana. You do look British, though. How does someone look British? Unless you're like, Caucasian. The royal family thing. Are we surprised that they're racist? Like, they're literally imperialist. I'm not I'm not shocked in the slightest. Honestly, I'm shocked that Meghan Markle was even down for the cause in the first place. I would never in my life willingly marry into the royal family. I know what goes on in there. I've seen The Crown. So I don't know why the fuck she was like, yeah, this will be fine. But, she learned. I can always tell a black British girl. They always have better makeup. Okay, I'll take it. I have British blood. Well, not really. I don't have British blood. I have Jamaican blood that immigrated to England. Can you hear the accent from their face? You look Native American. That's a new one. Never heard that before. I remember once when I was like 11, I was at the park and this Ethiopian woman came up to me. She's like, "Are you Ethiopian?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Oh, you look Ethiopian." And I was like, "Really?" Word. Ethiopian people are beautiful. So I was like, but no, I'm not. I mean, I might have some Ethiopian in my lineage. I've never done like a DNA test, but you know, uh, Okay, so seriously, guys, like I need your help on this tier 3 thing. Like I wasn't kidding. Okay. If I play you a little snippet of what I've been working on, will you please help me? I could do a DNA test from a future video. Maybe. Yeah, that could be. Watch it be like, you're 50% European. I'd kill myself. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But like, imagine. Those DNA tests really got me fucked up because white people go way too far with it, if you know what I mean. um, I need help on what I should do for my tier 3 patrons. Okay, let's see. Half of this cover is honestly trash, so I'm trying to find the part that's good. So just give me a second. Oh wait, it's not gonna play out loud because my mic is attached. Let me see if I can fix that really quick. Ah! Sorry, I'm trying to get this to play, but it's not. It's not working. I hate technology, man. Okay. I'm gonna unplug my mic for a second. Bear with me here.